Greetings and welcome to a predictions results video here at Words About Games. I guess that's what it is. I'm your host, Amy Alexander. I'm joined by Keith Robinson. Darth. What did we say your your Sith name was that one time when this happened?
You never
Darth
actually
Ludicrous.
came up with one.
Darth Diemicus. Oh dear.
Darth
Russell Lyden.
Nightlight.
Darth
Hey,
Nightlight.
guys.
I like that. And Mr. Moody.
Toss a coin for your Witcher.
Oh, not again.
Oh,
I haven't even seen it.
It's so every time I'm like, have I got that out of my head now? And then someone does that, and it's like, yep, that's another week. Welcome to 2020, everybody.
One more yet of the next season of The Witcher.
Yeah.
Why did you have to bring it down like that?
That's what he does. You'll get used to it. That's what the dark lighting's really for. So here's this video. This video is our predictions results video. This time last year, myself, Russell, Keith, Tom, who's not here, and Patrick, who's also not here, we all sat down and we made a predictions list of 5 different things each that we thought were going to definitely, absolutely happen in 2019 in video games. I've gone through the list again.
I'll have to give you some reminders.
Don't worry, I'll be going through it.
Sure.
We had some interesting thoughts in
Yeah.
January 2019, which I'm sure I'll be saying again in a year's time. So I'm going to go through. I've made the scores. I've figured out who the bet winners are. I consulted Mr. Moody on some of the decisions for some of the points because I needed a neutral, unbiased third party.
So if you've lost, you can blame me.
Well, we came into the 2019 predictions game with one objective, or I did, and which I gave them everybody, which was beat Tom. Because-
Yeah.
Because Tom had won every
He's always
single
on a
one.
roll, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, this was the third one, and Tom won the previous 2, and
Damn.
we had to beat him. And I know who's won. I've got the results in front of me here. We're going to quickly run through them and discuss things, because that's what a podcast is. I looked it up.
Yeah.
I'm still terrible at this. So, in 5th place, with 2.1 points.
2.1.
Yeah. Oh, just wait. There's an even worse.
Isn't it?
Yeah. With 2.1 points is Russell.
Yay! What did I get right?
So here's your 5. He actually got, because what happened was you improved,
I did,
Right.
didn't I? Yeah.
but then everybody who was around you last year, like
Also
who
improved.
you would have caught up with, improved as well. Like we got a lot of points more this time than we did last time. We were proper on our game, and it was because I set a clear objective. So here are your 5 predictions. Your first one was there will be a mainline Final Fantasy game announced, as in Final Fantasy 16.
Hmm.
That was interesting, especially with the Final Fantasy 7. Tom actually threw his bet down on that one and said it was never going to happen, and Tom won because it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Tom, when he's around again, or when we message him, what was the bet? The loser must stream a game to completion of the winner's choice.
Okay. I started coming into the last one.
How is Cuphead going there?
It's not bad. I'm more than 50% of the way through, I'll have you know.
One of these charity live streams, he's gonna get it, and then he can move on to the next one. He's now obligated to stream to completion. Your second prediction was that there would be a new Bioshock game announced, and that happened. They got a point for that in the weirdest way possible. They didn't do a video, a trailer, a presentation. They didn't come out at E3. They just went kind of in an interview. Yeah, we're making a new Bioshock game. And everyone was like, okay.
That's what I said.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the heads up. Your third prediction was that Kung Fu Chaos will get an
Yeah.
announcement.
Yeah, it didn't happen with it.
No, that didn't happen. And I actually bet you that wouldn't happen. And the forfeit for that one was the loser must wear a T-shirt of the winner's design on stream.
Oh.
It was the revenge of the previous one,
Anytime.
which we still haven't done. Because the previous
Yeah.
year I lost that
Well,
bet
don't
to
worry.
you.
When you get one from me, I'll have
So,
one for you. And
Yeah, the next
we'll-
charity
we'll-
stream,
yeah.
you wear yours from me, and I'll wear mine
Mhm.
from you. And
Yeah.
then that's that satisfied. People are sending me messages. Number 4, a new Lego Marvel game will be announced and released. This is where your 0.1 point came from. Because I was feeling generous.
Do we get a Lego Marvel game?
There was a Lego Star Wars game announced at E3. So the Marvel part was wrong, and the release part was wrong. But you got the Lego part right, so I gave you 0.1 point. And your last one was an announcement for a new Red Faction game, which you got a point for, because there was Red Faction remastered puns. It actually came out, so like, yeah.
It is
You
an
don't-
announcement.
You don't get double points for that.
No.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure like previous year you only got like the 1 point. But wasn't it for
That was
Command and Conquer? It
Command
was
and
for
Conquer.
something.
Did I
It was
get
for
Soul
something
Calibur as well?
insane. You did, but you got that year
That was the year
before.
before.
Oh, it was the year before, wasn't it? Alright.
Yeah, the Command and Conquer, the franchise everyone thought was dead because China came back in mobile form.
It's still
Yeah.
dead, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad for Mr. Mooney because he's kind of here in this first video, and he's like, he didn't do anything, like because he weren't here last year. But it's cool. You can just pass judgment on what idiots we are.
I'm not that cruel.
Well, you have my permission.
Oh,
So-
cool.
In 4th place with 2.83 points.
What? 2.83.
Don't worry, the math checks out. Was Keith.
Oh.
I knew I was on a fraction, but still.
You were on fractions of fractions at one point. So your first prediction was that PlayStation 4 would see a slow release of first-party exclusive games compared to 2018. Which, yeah, I mean, in the era of Spider-Man, God of War, and Detroit, yeah, I think it would have been hard for PlayStation to top that.
Yeah.
And that more or less happened. Days Gone came out.
Did it?
It did.
Yes.
I think there was something else.
And Amy's favorite game of the year, Death Stranding.
Oh, that was it. Death Stranding. Yeah.
She loved that so much.
I loved it so much. Here's where the splits start coming up, because what you actually said as your second prediction was Microsoft would acquire a total of 10 studios, like counting the ones they acquired in 2018, which when we worked it out meant that they would need to acquire 3 studios in 2019, and they acquired 1, which was Double Fine. So you got a third of a point for that. 0.33. This is where the fractions start coming from.
Good God.
Come on. Next.
Even I was hoping they would get more
Yeah.
just to get rid of these fractions, but they didn't. Your third one was Persona 5 was coming to Nintendo Switch. You got half a point because there is a Persona 5 game coming to Nintendo Switch, but it's not the
Yeah.
Persona 5 game.
It's Persona 5 something.
Scramble
Something.
Strikers,
Yeah. I knew it was something. Yeah.
which is a Musu game for anyone that doesn't know what that is. That's basically Dynasty Warriors with a different skin on it. You also predicted for your fourth one that Ghost of Tsushima would get a 2020 release date announcement, which, I mean, you were cutting it fine with that one, but
Yeah.
yeah, that happened a few weeks ago. Summer 2020. And your last prediction caused me this
Physical pain.
physical pain trying to work out how the fuck I could even possibly think that like, to give you a point or not. Which was Steam would double down on being an open platform. I had many questions. And in the end, I remembered all the stories we read about all the games that got like banned from Steam, both accidentally and on purpose. And you didn't get a point for that. I don't know if it doubled down on anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I admit, like halfway through the year, I was like, they still haven't done anything in response to Epic. They haven't.
They got rid of a
haven't
lot of
started
shit
filtering-
games off their streaming service.
They
I
did.
remember reading that at some point.
They got rid of a lot of pawn games,
Yeah, I've had one.
which is kind of where I was like, okay, maybe 0 points because they didn't do shit in 2018. But you finished fourth with an interesting point total. The most interesting point total we've ever had in one of these games. In joint second place with 3 points, just 3. Nice, easy.
Aye.
3 points. Was me. It says Amy. That's me. My first prediction was that 2019's Call of Duty would be a modern game. I only had to predict that 2 years running for it to finally come true. That in itself was a remastered prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
My second prediction was Bethesda would relaunch Fallout 76 in the vein of No Man's Sky or Final Fantasy 14. I got half a point for it. I was down for a full point for it, and then Bethesda fucking delayed it. And then after discussions with my neutral third party, he was sitting to my side. He was like, yeah, you only get half a point for it. Fucking Bethesda. My third prediction is going to cause me some physical pain. Watch Dogs 3 would be revealed and released in 2019. I got half a point. It was revealed in 2019, but it was not released in 2019. Keith decided to bet against me, and once again caused me some pain, as I was like, how the hell do you decide who wins a bet if we're both right? If we're both half right? And then I was like, just give it to Keith. The loser must complete a set of Just Dance songs chosen by the winner on the stream.
Yes. Nice.
I didn't get the best forfeit there. Oh no.
I'm going to have a look for the Just Dance library that we have access to.
I have to figure out how to get Just Dance in time for the charity stream.
Screensaver.
Also, Keith Slides broke. He probably has said that at the beginning. So I got half a point for
I have
that.
one working light.
My fourth prediction, Pokemon Gen 8, because weirdly there was a time when we didn't know what they were called. Would break sales records. It would be the biggest game on the platform. Biggest Pokemon game. It was 1 point. That was my easy one. And my final prediction was Microsoft's E3 2019 showing will be a face-melting blockbuster as good as the Conference of Dreams in whenever the hell it was, 2016, I think. It was okay. Keanu was cool.
Yeah.
Keanu was the only part where your face melted.
My
and then
face
everything
melted.
else is just back to normal.
Yeah, and everything else I was like, sure, yeah, it's okay. It's good. It's all right. So, unfortunately, 0 points for that. So, I finished on a total of 3. So, currently, the beat Tom objective has gone disastrously.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Who came joined?
In joint second place, also with 3 points.
Patrick, innit?
I'm pausing for dramatic effect. Everybody's really interested. It was Tom,
Hey!
much to the bemusement of Patrick when I told him.
Wait, so the classical literature guy beat the musician guy.
Wasn't it his first time doing it as well?
Yeah, and the people who've actually been on the podcast for like doing games, journalism and stuff all came at the bottom.
Look, right. Stuff happens, okay? So here's what Tom predicted. Overwatch will go free to play in 2019. It did drop in price, but yeah, everybody was kind of like, it's not going to happen.
No.
His second prediction was that Amazon would launch a game streaming service. If he'd made this prediction a year later, he might be onto something. But yeah, we had to rule out Twitch because when he said game streaming service, it got a bit confusing in the video. I rewatched the video to find all of the bets recently, and yeah, there was a big discussion about this. But basically, it was in the same vein of Stadia and xCloud. So he got 0 points for that, and there was a bet And we're going to have to figure out the logistics of this bet because, Russell, you bet him that wouldn't happen. And the bet forfeit was the loser will have a bucket of ice water dumped on them by the winner on a stream.
Yay.
That's going to be interesting.
But before or after the slap?
Possibly in a video,
In
not
the
a
same
stream.
yeah.
Slaps him. And then pours a bucket of ice water over his head.
Same video, like it's like, oh, there's a slap before or after? Because like if it's
It'd be
after, it
before.
makes sense.
Because that bet came beforehand.
His final 3 bets were the ones that got him his 3 points, his predictions. His first one was next generation console announcements from Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah.
Sony. I had to consult again, Mr. Moody, and while it was weird, it does count as an announcement if you put it in a Wired article and talk about solid state drives. Patrick actually bet against that and lost. And the forfeit that he got was the loser must compose a poem about how awesome the winner is. So the writer has to write a poem about.
Tell him to get the song, toss a coin for a Witcher, and change the Witcher name to that guy's name, and then there, done. Simple.
I don't know what.
I'm just going over in my head the fact that Patrick doesn't know Tom.
That's what made the bet even funnier.
He'll compose a,
I mean, again, he is a writer, so I'm sure he'll figure it out. His fourth prediction, he got kind of shit from everyone, and now we all have to eat shit because he predicted that a sequel to Breath of the Wild would be announced. Not a new Zelda game.
Ooh.
Specifically predicted that a Breath of the Wild sequel will be announced.
We
And
all remember that video, that trailer. I mean,
And it happened.
You just saw it, and then you just remembered the predictions. Oh, shit.
That has
I was
happened.
still focusing on the backwards chanting music from the trailer I just seen. I've only just remembered there was a prediction about it.
Yeah. And his final prediction was that Cyberpunk 2077 was going to get a 2020 release date to coincide with the board game, which was based in 2020. Which, I mean, the reasoning aside, it was, in fact, given a 2020 release date. And he got a point for that. But he didn't win. Because the winner, with 3.5 points, the winner of the 2019 predictions game was Patrick. Here's what he predicted. His last prediction had us all in fucking stitches. His first prediction was that a new hardware revision for Nintendo Switch would be announced. It was the Nintendo Switch Lite. I don't remember when.
Yeah.
It wasn't at E3, but it was somewhere around then.
No.
Comes in grey, turquoise, and lemon.
Yellow.
Yellow, innit?
Like a Pikachu.
I prefer lemon. Yellow.
It's not a great colour. His second prediction was Konami announces a mobile game based on one. Well, actually, what he said was Konami would announce a new game based on one of its classic IP, but because it's Konami and they suck, it would be a mobile game. And there was a Castlevania mobile game announced.
Yeah.
I almost missed it, like the announcement. It was that low key. His third prediction was that Bethesda would have some hilarious controversy during the launch window of Doom Eternal. Bethesda had many hilarious controversies over 2019, but Doom Eternal got delayed, so
Yeah. It's next year.
it could still happen.
This year.
It's this year.
Yeah.
It could still happen. It just doesn't count because it didn't happen in
Yeah.
2019.
Mm.
No one but Tom can see the future. His fourth prediction was that more AAA publishers would double down on in-game advertising, and I cannot look at a can of Monster Energy drink without thinking about Norman Reedus. So, it worked.
Wait, isn't that meant to be the other way around? You see Norman Reedus and you think about Monster Energy drink.
Yeah, it's Death Stranding didn't sell me on Monster Energy drink. Monster Energy drink just gives me
Puts
flashbacks
you on Norman Reedus.
to Norman Reedus.
Okay, I mean,
Close
When
enough.
she watches Walking Dead now, she just literally sees him smashing zombies' head in with Monster.
Monster Energy.
With a kind of Monster. Yeah. And then taking a sip of it.
And then just being like, shh, and then just covering himself in Monster Energy in slow motion.
I think we've veered off from video games predictions here and into some sort of fascistic stuff. So let's
That's
wrap this
never happened on any of our podcasts ever before. His final prediction, which again I sent over to Mr. Mooney for a discussion about, his prediction was a notable influencer with 1 million plus followers would be arrested. Now,
Yeah.
while no influencer was arrested, someone breaking state law at E3
Yeah.
and who should have been arrested was good
Yeah.
for half a point.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
I'm still annoyed at Twitch First League stuff like that.
Yeah. Obviously referring to the bathroom incident in E3, which is probably one of the top 5 most memorable things that happened at E3. I don't know whether that says much about the show or not, but
Come on, 2020, we're rooting for you.
come on, you can do it.
You can definitely do that.
Well, it's only day 3, so still chance of something.
It's already day 3, and according to my Twitter trends, Hatsune Miku started World War 3, so it's 2020's living up to something. So that was it.
Going out with a bang.
Coming in with a bang.
World War 3 jokes starting on my.
Dear World War 3.
Yeah.
So yes, not to talk about World War 3.
Sorry.
That's fine. Or Modern Warfare 3, which was World War 3. So Russell, you finished in 5th with 2.1 points. Keith, you finished in 4th with 2.83 points. Myself and Tom finished in joint 2nd with 3 points. And Patrick finished in 1st with 3.5 points. We actually got over the halfway mark of total points total. So the grand total, thanks to Keith, was
Collectively, then.
16.43 out of 25. Thanks, Keith.
Bad.
Woohoo. So yeah, it was a lot better than the year before, where I think 3 of us didn't make it past 2 points.
It's pretty tough, yeah, for me.
I had a fucking shocker. If you remember my 2018 predictions on the results video from last year, but between us recording the episode and the episode coming out, one of my predictions already got shotgunned. The 3 days between, and I was like, well, it's gonna be a fucking great year, isn't it?
Was it last year? It was last year, wasn't it? Where I was saying one of my predictions, and everyone just went because it was about Detroit to become human, wasn't it? And he's like, "Have you seen any news?" I'm like, "No, why? What happened?" And I suddenly changed one of my predictions.
Yeah, I remember that. So that's it. That's going to do it for this video. We're going to be back tomorrow. We'll be doing our 2020 predictions. It'll be us 4, plus I've got Patrick's list. It'll be tomorrow for people watching this video. And it's going to be about 2 minutes for us. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.